Hi, I want to thank you first of all for participating in the mentoring program at Chelmsford Speakers by being a shadow mentor. Now, you probably haven't heard the phrase shadow mentor very often because I made it up. There is no term for shadow mentoring in the Toastmasters organization. The reason why we're doing shadow mentoring at Chelmsford Speakers is because we want to be able to create a legacy of mentoring or a mentoring program that lasts through generations of the club's growth and development. Currently, we don't have a mentoring program that has any kind of standardization for delivering a quality educational program for our new members or our existing members. We're starting off with the new members because at this particular moment in time, we have received a wave of people coming into our club. In fact, over the last month, we've received 5 new members, and we have a likelihood of 2 more members in the next couple of meetings. So we really need to take care of our new members so that they are integrated into Toastmasters International, understand the happenings of the club operations, and turn out being hopefully long-term members of our club or long-term members of Toastmasters. So as a shadow mentor, what you're doing essentially is you are mentoring somebody who's mentoring another person. That way we can check on each other to make sure that standards that we're applying to our new members are being transferred from generation to generation to generation in the mentoring program. There are currently 4 shadow members in our group. That would be Karen Harrison, Nikki Brown, Hugo High, and Steve Rosier. There will probably be others that join us as well. The goal here is that each one of these initial shadow mentors will shadow mentor 2 people through the process of the first 3 projects. After that, they will become mentors themselves, and they will have people shadow mentoring them. Preferably, those people who shadow mentor them will either be existing members or people who they mentored through the process, and they will become shadow mentors and therefore become mentors for others. Therefore, we are perpetually continuing with the shadow mentoring program, the mentoring program, having a mentor, having a shadow mentor, people being mentored in the process, and then turning that back around into the mentoring program as an educational benefit and feature that we offer at Chelmsford Speakers. What does it mean to be a shadow mentor? Initially, what will happen is that you will be involved in the correspondence that goes between myself and the mentee about the values. The first thing that we want to establish in the mentoring program are the values and the mission of Toastmasters International and the club. Bottom line is, for the mission of Toastmasters International, is that we empower individuals to become more efficient or more effective, communicators and leaders. That's what we're trying to accomplish as an organization. Essentially, what we're trying to do at a club level is to deliver the same type of thing, but to create a supportive and safe environment for them to be able to practice the skills that help them to become an effective communicator and leader. So that's the first thing that we want to do, impart the mission and the values and understanding that Toastmasters International can deliver the kind of things that the new members need. As we move forward into the icebreaker, what we will do is we'll help them get onto the schedule. We'll teach them what they need to be able to do to get on the schedule, how they get on the agenda. We'll walk them through that process and make sure that they get onto the agenda as soon as they possibly can. If we're talking 2 or 3 months out in advance, away, they're going to lose heart. They're going to lose interest. So it's really important that we do the very best we can to get our new members on the schedule as quickly as possible, preferably within the first 3 meetings. If the schedule is full, do what you can to coordinate with the Vice President of Education and the person who manages the website to try to get a 4th speaker slot in there so that the new member can do their icebreaker as soon as possible. We want to make sure that they're speaking and engaging. The second part of our process when we're moving towards a second project, which is organizing your speech, is helping them to select their topic, introducing things like introductions, and helping them to hone the skills of their strengths that they have identified that we have identified in the icebreaker. By the time they get to their third project, get to the point, they're going to be able to be implementing elements of the Competent Leader Manual so that they're looking at critical thinking skills as speakers. So we're going to, throughout this process, through the first 3 projects, we're going to weave them in and out of the Competent Communication Manual and the Competent Leader Manual, integrating both of those so that they understand the value that both tracks bring towards their goal. One of the things that we need to also encourage them to do is use the resources that are available to them. The resources of Toastmasters.org are the best source because they are the, if you would, the Rosetta Stone of what we want to accomplish in Toastmasters. All the peripheral stuff that's out there is good, but it can have a tendency to convolute the messages of Toastmasters International. So, with that all being said, as a shadow mentor, you're engaged in this process. The reason why you're watching this video is because you are currently engaged or soon will be engaged in the shadow mentoring of 1 or 2 mentees in our club. As for existing members, we would like existing members who have done mentoring before to get engaged as well, so that they're communicating the same message as we're communicating to each new member. Existing members can also be mentored, but that's a different track to that. There may be some people that are existing members who are on their 3rd or 4th speech or advanced speeches. We can also shadow mentor with them as well, so that we're seeing how to manage or how to assist existing members in accomplishing their goals. Being a shadow mentor is a vital aspect of our mentoring program, because you are going to be the person who mentors the next generation of new members, who is the person who is going to mentor perhaps the next generation of active current members or existing members, and you really are the person or the persons who are going to perpetuate the education program for all of the members that come through Toastmasters International via Chelmsford Speakers. Thank you for participating in this. Thank you for assisting along the way. I hope that if you have any questions whatsoever, that you will ask, because if you don't ask, you'll never know. Thank you for joining me.